PolishLynx. Alright, no, but seriously, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome to 1000 Dice. And, well, we are with Lucy in an abandoned library once again. Listen, Jar, what do you say we go out for a while? We've always locked up in here. It'd be nice for a change. Lucy drops that idea on me as she crumples up a piece of paper and throws it on top of a pile of scraps in the garbage. I know that I'm usually the one proposing breaks every day, but some fresh would help for once. It will inspire us, give us new ideas and those kinds of things. She lists her reasons, speaking louder and louder as if being as loud as possible will guarantee success. Then it's decided! Get ready because we're going out! I haven't said anything yet. I don't know where we are going, but Lucy is so happy today that I don't dare ask. After how Ziva was acting this morning, I thought it'd be pretty much the same with the other girls, especially after what happened between Lucy and I in the pool. That couldn't be further from reality. It hasn't even been brought up. It's as if it never actually happened. Maybe Ziva was overreacting earlier. I'm not that interested and I won't get anything from knowing anyway, so I choose to remain silent. Careful there! Get down! Lucy grabs me by the neck and forces me behind the parked car. I'm hesitant to try to figure out what's going on, but I stay silent and Lucy points to the sidewalk on the other side of the road. Very close to us, I can see Ziva and Dennis casually talking with the naturality you'd expect from two good friends, or to be more precise, a couple of lovers. I already knew about their friendship from before the committee's meetings, but seeing them together right now leaves me speechless and paralyzed. I can't at all react to what's going on in front of my eyes. No way, those two are together? Do you think they're on date? Ziva never told me about this. What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything? Don't be jealous. Why would I be? Don't make things up. I'm just shocked, aren't you? Not really. I'm surprised about the fact that this didn't happen sooner. A while ago, when Ziva still went to my school, the two of them would always be together. And from what I've heard, they were good friends even before I transferred in. The weird part is that they weren't dating, and it didn't really look like they were up to either. Really odd if you ask me, considering all the years that they've spent together. When I first met you, and after watching how well you get along with Ziva, I started to think that she was in love with you. That would have explained it. Zip, in love with me? Are you kidding? Look, Sir, Ziva's so beautiful. What I don't get is how you don't love her. Okay. Let's get things straight. I like Lucy more. How can you explain that someone of her attractiveness talks to you and puts up with all of your jokes? Don't you think she has a lot? No, too much patience with you? You also put up me too, so I could ask you the same thing. But I know how to keep you in check, you dumbass. Instead Ziva just goes along with it, something that she doesn't do with anyone but you. I've seen you call her every name in the book, and even after all of that, she stays by your side and smiles. Don't tell me that you haven't noticed. I try to refute her claim, but instead gulp loudly, unable to answer. What would you know about a woman's heart anyways? I doubt you even know how a relationship works. That's not true. I had a relationship. Once. Fictional characters don't count. I'm serious. We didn't get too far, but it did happen, I guess. You know that anime figures don't count as real living humans, right? Don't look at me like that. I swear it's true. It's not like I can really talk about them when I've only had one at this age, and you and everyone else had already been in a few, but... Not so fast. Who said I ever had anything with anyone? Are you serious? None? Yeah, is that a problem? No, not at all. It's just that you seemed so certain earlier that it caught me off guard. You okay? Don't talk to me like I'm sick. It's not something that the members about. You know, I'm not the kind of girl who would go out with the first funny guy that crosses her path. It's just so weird to see something like that happening. You've probably kissed a guy or two before, fall. Don't lie to me. Lucy looks at me and tilts her head sideways for a moment, then dismissively shakes her head. She protects her convictions with pride, but probably because of the private nature of our conversation, her cheeks turn red and she tries to distract me before I can continue asking any more questions. Hey, they're leaving! Let's follow them! Wouldn't it be best to greet them and ask what they are up to? No way! We have to catch them red-handed! If after so many years they said nothing, then they won't suddenly admit it. Don't give up, or do I have to remind you that you stalked me a while ago? I knew you would use that against me. Told you, boxes on! Keeping our distance, we follow our targets all the way to the shopping mall. It seems that Alpha and Charlie are heading underground. I repeat, Alpha and Charlie are heading underground. Over. Roger that. The stairway to the go underground is narrow, so we can go together for the mission. Bravo, deploy and make an inspection of the field first. Over. Roger, developing. Wait a second, who's Bravo? You're Bravo. Me? What if I'm caught? You'll be remembered as the brave hero you were. That explains Bravo. Makes sense. No! Don't worry, Bravo, I'll cover you. Finally, at least someone's going to be... What are you doing here? I've been following you as always. I'm really worried about that as always part, but this isn't the best time to talk about it. Exactly. We may lose that aggressive if we don't pay close attention to them. Let's hurry up. And of course the last idiot is here too! Why didn't anyone tell me that this stupid parades today, huh? I've been really worried about Ziva since this morning, so I've been following her. To think that Dennis was responsible? Tell me something, Comanero. How many years is a murder sentence? The only person you will kill at this rate is me. Can we leave that chit-chat for later? We're losing them! We raise our heads in unison like a mob of meerkats. Unable to see either Charlie or Alpha, we all came out of our hiding place at the same time and make our way to the lower level using the escalators. The atmosphere gets stuffier and our visibility decreases to only the neon lights of the arcade. My memories of this place as a child had it patched as a paradise, a place where I could spend hours wasting money on racing and fighting games. Now, however, there are pool tables and TVs with soccer matches on them that take up the most space. Only a few survivors from my time still remain here, most of them with signs stating that they are out of order, no one ever actually planning on reviving them. Nostalgia hits me when I realize that the world still evolves even when I look away, but aren't I also partially guilty for forgetting about this place too? I can see them! They walk past the bar counter! Following Claire's lead, we approach a counter located near the end of the room. It's used as both a lunch bar as well as a customer service desk in the case of the arcade machines start malfunctioning. Our targets went past that area and are now hiding somewhere in the darkness, behind some of the arcade machines in an even deeper corner of the arcade. Worried about making a false move, we all stand near the counter as if we're interested in checking out the selection of drinks, while trying to covertly watch our targets. It's during this time that, from what we thought was an unoccupied counter, up pops a familiar looking man as he cleans a glass with a white cloth, a muscular build, not a single hair on his head. Want something to drink? He's a boat officer, aren't you supposed to be finding people? His serious expression together with his impressive build makes us recognize him instantly. He's the same officer that stopped us when we borrowed Lucy's father's car to bring justice. He's wearing a really tight white shirt with a black bow tie, the kind you would expect from a bartender in a movie. Hey boss, do you have a twin brother that works in a law enforcement by any chance? I know what you're talking about. I'm a very busy man, so if you wouldn't mind, what can I get for you? He might have gotten a new job. Don't you remember this guy, sir? You know he was driving the other day? I said, what can I get for you? I think I can see the glass he's holding start to crack while his deep voice drills deep into our bones, waking up even the most basic survival instincts in us. Let's just say that I'm scared shitless, so I can't help but try to meet his expectations by sitting at the counter and trying not to look like I'm following anyone. I'm too scared of what he'd do. I'll take a whiskey on the rocks, and don't be shy, okay? Since when have you drunk alcohol with an empty stomach, Comanero? Shut up, I'm trying to save your asses and save face. You don't want to attract any more attention to us, do you? If we make ourselves look like tough guys, then he won't want to keep serving us or meddling in our business. This way, we might be able to keep our targets under control. Do you understand? I exchange looks with Voss, who nods, acknowledging my words. He takes a seat next to me, resting his elbow on the counter with strong conviction, making his request and seeming full of himself. Bring me a gin and tonic, but no gin, and don't be shy with it. There's just a tonic then. Appearances, CR, appearances. You didn't understand anything. And you, miss? What? Me? Why me? The bartender suddenly stops cleaning them, puts his washcloth on his shoulder and carries the glass closer to the sink that we can see under the counter. Silence accompanies the sound of the glass splitting into a million pieces. Yeah, of course, and water is fine. No, I mean carbonated water, or whatever you want. Please don't kill me. The bartender is able to spread terror amongst us just by smiling and nodding, especially once we notice the next victim is in line being overshadowed by him. The short girl, nothing compared to such a humongous monster, nervously shakes from the great expectation put on her request at the moment. I want pineapple juice. We all astonishedly look at Claire for ordering something that no one would ask for in a place like this. Wasn't the game supposed to be asking for healthier stuff than the previous order? It may have been because of the pressure in that moment, but I can't help but giggle at the absurdity of what Claire had said, attracting the attention of the people around me, including the bartender. Good thing that our friend here, the Man of Steel, decides to serve my drink with such strength that I swear I saw the whiskey jump up a few feet, causing me to forget about giggling as I see my life flash before my eyes. CR. No, I mean a life or death situation, and we're supposed to be going incognito. The idea is not to attract any attention. Someone taps on my shoulder as they say my name, and of course, knowing my luck, it would only be Nils and Ziva, both glaring at us with raised eyebrows. Incognito, don't tell me that you've been following us and yet... No, nothing like that, Ziva. Who do you think we are? Athos. Sorry. The dog is not really behaving right now. Alright, it's fine. We're playing, of course. We came here to play video games at the arcade together. What else could it be? Are you serious? That's great! Ziva, it's obvious that they're lying. They got us. We exchange looks and sighs as we're admitting that we can only give up. For some reason, the idea of the four of us gathering is so ridiculous that we didn't even try to defend it. We already knew that Ziva was the core of our group, the leader, and without her, none of us would ever take the initiative. Well, you could say that you were here for an hour already. Or something. She, however, didn't seem to think that way, her face showing genuine sadness as we tell her truth. Sadness that she tries to hide under her always smiling facade. Did you think that I was on a date with these? No, wait, the two of us meet up to organize a couple of things for graduation. We aren't the main representatives from each school for nothing, and we didn't want to bother you guys with a real problem at my rights. To be precise, she was feeding me all of her stupid plans that, well, you guys will see them with your own eyes. Why did you come all the way out here instead of meeting at school like usual? I get depressed if I spend too much time in the classroom. You know, it's not a bad idea to have fun while we talk about other things. This way is also easier to make it look like it's me when I'm distracted. You know how much Ziva rants, right? It's better than watching you fall asleep while I talk. At least here I can keep you awake. Let's forget about that stuff for now. Why don't all of us play together since we're here? Without even an ounce of irritation or disgust, on the contrary, keeping the usual coolness and keenness that characterizes her, Ziva proposes an offer that we can't refuse. You really don't mind what we did, Ziva. You aren't even a little bit annoyed that we adopted you. Your spirit differentiates you from everyone else. It makes you a unique and priceless treasure that only few can enjoy for nothing. I'm sorry, Ziva, I can't help but to hate that part of you. Sorry, but can someone please pay up? The rough voice of the bartender causes all of us to shiver, one that makes us scared for our lives. Taking the bull by the horns, I turn around and face him as he stands behind the counter. I look into his eyes while I pick up my glass of whiskey. Don't worry, boss, I have everything under control. Oz, pay the bill. What? Why me? It's been a pleasure knowing you, buddy. I'll take the others somewhere safe. I trust you. The sound of liquid pouring catches the attention of the sacrifice Oz, and I turn my eyes only to discover that Claire is suddenly pouring her pineapple juice in with my whiskey. Don't be so cheeky. Pay your tab, CR. What a dig. I was joking. I pay. It's not just the pineapple juice, the carbonated water, tonic and even some snacks that came from who knows where. Claire pours all of them into my glass while my friends laugh. While they laugh, I watch as the color of my drink darkens, losing its previous magnificent golden color, now filled with bubbles and some other weird foodstuffs, dissolving into my whiskey gumbo. I begrudgingly pull out my wallet and place it on the counter next to my undrinkable whiskey. Are you leaving it there? That's a waste of food. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to drink that. That'd be a great idea. Do it as an apology for leaving abruptly from your own birthday party the other day. You didn't even care earlier! Yeah, as an apology for stalking Ziva without her permission to. You think you can talk? It wasn't my idea in the first place. I'm in favor of that idea. Ziva definitely deserves apology for how you usually treat her anyways. You just want me to see me suffering. Don't look at me. You can do whatever you want, Indian. I might complain a little this morning, but it was just our usual back and forth. I didn't really mind. Ziva takes a step back and shows her hands with an expression that automatically acquits her of any charges, and that also makes me feel pretty guilty. I pensively look at the thick, orange, fizzy liquid that's closer to a witch's potion than anything else. Now I'll have to swallow that thing because of stupid, dang peer pressure. I choose not to think about it any longer and inhale it with a single gulp, leaving my fate entirely up to destiny. Hey, it's kinda good! It wasn't that bad. It's easy, you need a good sense of rhythm more than reflex. Sense of rhythm? I couldn't even see the arrows moving. Crap, and again this time! Dennis and Lucy are competing in a music game, where they have to tap some arrows according to the melody. But competing probably isn't the most accurate word for it. Even playing on the maximum difficulty, Dennis never misses an arrow. Now, do you believe me when I say that he won't listen to me unless I bring him here? All of the high scores on this game are probably his. You aren't bad either, Ziva. Consider that I'm just letting you guys win, of course. In fact, for being Lucy's first time, I think she's doing pretty well. It's just that this is on another level. I mean, he's covering his yawns and he still doesn't miss anything. Like, seriously. I can't believe it, I lost. Well, who's up next? I'd say one of those two, but it doesn't seem like they're willing to do anything. Listen, Claire, try to remember. Think about what you did, step by step. I've already told you that I don't remember, CR. It's important. There's money on the line. What exactly did you put in my drink? I've already told you that I used everything I had at hand. I wasn't paying attention at all, but I'm pretty sure that there was more than the snacks you saw. We are probably talking about the best drink ever made. Claire, I'm suffering with troubles here and I need a dose. He's been like that ever since he drank his whiskey gumbo. And that is how he's attaining his dependence. Don't they have cameras? I'll try to convince him. Leave it to me. Hey you, junkie, your turn. Not now, Lucy. I have some important business here. Don't tell me that you're scared to lose after all of the beatings you've gotten in all the games we've played up until now. I'm not a little kid. Taunting me won't get you anywhere. Look, we've been playing for a while and I've spent too much money already. Consider that student life doesn't really let you indulge. But if Claire manages to remember what she puts in my glass, then money will stop being a problem. Don't you see that we can get rich with that recipe? I'm such a genius. If money is such a problem, then let's only play one last game, so I can make up for losing that last round against Dennis. If that's your issue, you can play with anyone else, right? Yeah, but it's easier and funnier for me to beat you instead. You're so kind. Be careful about who you're underestimating. I challenge you to any game you want, the one you're best at. We'll see who's underestimating who. I pondered Lucy's proposal for half a second, moving my eyes to one of the arcade machines behind her. What are you up there? Wanna play the game over there? The game Lucy's talking about has 2 large screens and 4 plastic toy guns in front of it. The numerous explosions and gunshots together with the insert coin screens make it pretty clear what kind of game it is, and based on Lucy's expression is the game she'd like to play. It looks fun. It's decided then. Let's go play. I haven't decided anything, but whatever. It requires 4 players though. Do you guys wanna join us? Ziva, Dennis? Are you sure? I must warn you that I'm pretty good at this one. Even more reason for you to join. That way the 3 of us can ally against Sierra and guarantee victory. Right, this? We aren't playing against each other. It's us 4 playing against NPCs. What we do is fight to see who gets the biggest score. It depends on how many enemies we kill and stuff. Seriously, what a letdown. It would be better if it was against each other. Who cares? I'll win even if it's a bigger score or whatever. Joining or not? I'm good, but the one you challenged was Seer, so you should ask him. All eyes are on me, waiting for my permission, as if I hold some kind of authority. I scratch the back of my neck before clicking my tongue, and unwillingly giving them an answer. Do I have a choice anyways? Let's get this game going already. I'm warning you now that I'm aiming for a perfect score here, so I won't make this easy for you. This and Ziva smile while listening to my declaration, and then they pick up the 2 guns on the left side. Lucy, however, doesn't seem to understand what exactly I was talking about, but she's happy to see that we're already and picks up her gun after Ziva does. I then do the same and pick up the very last gun on the right side. Besides the guns, there's a pedal for each player to step on. They need to step on it to shoot and release it to take cover and reload. While I make sure that everything's in order, someone grabs my shirt and forces me to bow my head down. Good luck, Sierra. Think you can do it? Of course, why not? Do you think I could lose? Claire shakes her head, then closes her eyes and smiles. No, I'll be rooting for you, okay? Claire's voice is sweet and delicate. She speaks to me, and only me, with that soft tone, so that no one else can hear us. At least my support is better than that of my competition. Ziva's explaining how the game works to Lucy, when a pair of arms wrap around them and hug them at their shoulders. I'll be rooting for you, ladies. If either of you win, then I'll give you a kiss, and for the loser, they'll get a consolation kiss. What do you think? I suddenly wish that these guns were real. Don't you think so too, Lucy? I'm meant to wait. Then I'll cheer for you too, but I will leave the offer open in case either of you changes your mind, okay? Each of us takes a coin and puts them into our respective coin slots. The game menu opens, waiting for all 4 of us to join, and then opens the game screen as soon as we shoot towards the middle of each of our screens. So here, and I have to look at the rightmost screen, and this on the Ziva to the leftmost one screen. Then that means that we can look at each other's characters on their screens. Shouldn't I be able to shoot you guys then? I thought this game was cooperative. Technically yes, we can shoot each other, but you can't actually kill anyone's character. Instead, it will reduce your score for every time that you hit them. That's so lame. Anyways, I'm ready, so prepare to be humiliated. Lucy acts cocky as the countdown proceeds. She then gets into position, prepared to shoot at anything that moves. But as soon as the game starts, she can't even react. She loses her grip, letting her shoulders drop as she tries to comprehend the situation in the video game. It's not that the game's too hard, she didn't forget how it works either, it's just that the enemies are dying before she ever has the chance to see them. Dennis stands sideways, stretching his arm out and aiming with only one hand, stepping on his pedal to reload during short breaks with his right foot. Ziva holds her gun close to her eyes and aims with incredible high precision without actually losing any speed in the process either. And finally I, with a more orthodox stance that's no less effective, use my wave to held step on the pedal using the least amount of time necessary, optimizing my time so that I can attack and advance as quickly as possible. The loud noises from shooting make every other sound seem quieter. None of us are using only one shot per enemy, but as many as we can manage. That way we can try to get the largest amount of points possible. Each of our screens are cleared at a dramatic speed, while our scores are illegible from their numbers increasing non-stop. We soon reach the first level's boss, a jerk whose attack don't even reach us before they stopped. A moment later his health bar goes down to the bottom, giving us the first of many victories that await us ahead. The screens then show us the amount of skills and points we got during our level 1, delivering truly unbelievable news. 3 of us got the exact same score. And Lucy, well, couldn't even pull the trigger in the few seconds during which all of it took place. What the? Didn't you say you were going to humiliate us? I don't even know what happened. How many hours have you guys dedicated to this game to be able to play like that? It's been a long time since the last time played, but a fair bit back in the old days. Not that many at all, but I've always had good aim and I really enjoy these kinds of games. It's all about rhythm, I've told you before. You're all pulling my leg, right? Next round starting, get ready and remember that even if someone else kills your target before you, you can still get points from hitting the enemy before it disappears. Don't start yet, I can't get a hold of this that quickly. Hey Claire, do you understand me? Are you talking to me? What do you mean? Those 3 and this game, do you know anything about this? From what I know, the game is that hard if you know where the enemy spawned. It's not so much skill as its memory. That doesn't change the fact that it's hard to stay alive, and how important it is to not miss a shot or lose a life if you don't wanna break your combo. When the combo multiplier is higher, you get more points from each kill, but it will go back to 1 once your combo breaks. This far into the game, if one of them misses even one single shot, it means they lose. That's not exactly what I was talking about, but I guess it's good to know too. Don't tell me that you also know how to play the game, Claire. What do you think? The game continues the same as it started. Lucy managed to get some points from time to time. She even gets used to the fast pace and managed to get some combos that not just any novice would be able to pull off. But her renewed sense of confidence comes with a price while fighting against the next boss. She doesn't take cover before a huge explosion. What was that? The red flash means you've lost a life, but you still have 2 more left. I already noticed that part. I mean that attack, it was incredibly unfair. What do you expect after shooting at those red barrels? Everyone knows that red barrels always explode if you attack them. If it's that obvious, then why do the enemies always walk near them at every game opportunity? That's a mystery that will never be solved, Lucy. We deal with all the other bosses, one by one, without too much of hassle, until we reach the last level. From here on out, all of the different areas become narrow and full of enemies. We're all showing signs of fatigue and we'll have to improve our focus if we want to put on a good show. Then there's a moment where our characters split up into groups and take different paths, so what Dennis and Ziva see on their screen is different from what Lucy and I see on ours. This would be a good opportunity to get some extra points over those two, if it wasn't for the fact that even though our paths are different, we are still fighting in the same place against the same enemies. That, however, gives me an idea. His outstretched arm gives him away. Even if Dennis is the player farthest away from me, from the corner of my eye I can see the movements of his arm going right and left depending on where the enemies come from. Thanks to my memories of this game, I start counting all of the enemies that appear without having to look away from Dennis's arm. It's then that I see it, the enemy that appears on my screen, but because he's behind some boxes on the left, he's hidden from the players using the other screen. He's coming directly at me and it won't be long before they can see him too. I could shot it and get some points, but I have another idea. I switch weapons and equip the shotgun while I look at Dennis's arm, sideways. He goes up, then down, then left, and finally right. I try not to shoot until the second his gun stops moving. The very moment I see the signal that he's about to shoot, and then... I fire at the enemy's chest, pushing him back at the very moment he appears on the screen, forcing Dennis to miss his shot by the skin of his teeth. There goes my combo, you got me there, now this is a game for 2, I wish you luck, but that does mean we won't keep rocking anyways, right Lucy? The entire group is amazed, they don't understand that it was me who forced Dennis to miss, except for one person, the last opponent I have left to defeat. Ziva chuckled as she realized that this game has just become a battle between she and I. The pressure from the last part of the game doesn't hinder us as our scores continue increasing. On the contrary, it motivates us to be the best we can and extend past our limits. When we finally reach the final boss, it seems like it's impossible to stop us, and our only fear is the probable tight scores we're going to get unless something changes. Right before the coup de grace, that inconceivable change actually happens. I'm sorry, Indian. Her voice is natural and calm. She takes a second and inhales deeply before shooting one last time. It's not the coup de grace of finishing the great evil final boss, but another character. Mine. What? My screen flashed red for half a second, but that color sticks in my mind for what seems to be an eternity. It's a signal that I've lost a life, that I've been hit and lost my combo, the signal that I lost my chance at a perfect game, at the very moment that I was about to finally put an end to this game. The credits roll and everyone but Ziva looks at the final video perplexedly. She, in fact, is covering her stomach while trying to contain her laughter the best that she can. What do you think of that? It's a small trick you can do right before the ending. A glitch where you can KO one of the other players. Pretty cool, huh? I'm livid. I stare at Ziva despite the fact that she's trying to evade eye contact. Wait, doesn't mean that you won and Sierra is in second place? Wasn't that impossible anyways? I can't believe that you cheated right before the end of the game, Ziva. It wasn't so much cheating as if it was a great prank. And only a moment ago, I didn't believe that you could do something like that to CR. It's great, don't get me wrong, but it was unexpected, girl. Come on, whether or not I got a perfect game isn't important. For me, success comes from us having played together. The rest are mere details. Also, not everything is how it seems, so don't speak so prematurely. Ziva gestures to her left with a head movement. We direct our attention back to the screens where the credits are finally coming to an end. And once they're done, the leaderboard and point scores appear, showing that I'm the winner and have the first position. What you saw was a graphical error. It might have seemed like I shot you, but I didn't actually. In fact, the only one that lost points there was me for shooting a player character. I could never betray you, and yet you know that, right? Her hands intertwine behind her while she puts on a wide smile, surrounded by a silence created by the two of us. Everyone around us laughs or gets surprised, and nobody can believe what had happened. Ziva was just teasing me. A small prank, a childish game that everyone treats as such. Except me. I throw a really strong punch to the arcade machine side with my fist, managing to make it stagger at least by its size. The whispers stop. Everyone feels intimidated and somehow scared when they witness a side of me that they've never seen before, or that's how it appears. My demeanor changes after a few seconds. Damn, that really hurt. I grab my hand and wince in pain. What are you staring at? I nearly broke my hand. I'm a sore loser, so I had to vent it somehow. I really believe that I'd lost for a second, you know? I think I may even be bleeding. Am I stupid or what? I go to the bathroom and rinse it with water or something. Be right back. They ask if I'm alright, but I insist that it's nothing, and my attitude was just the work of my bad temper and competitiveness wreaking havoc. I promise them that I'll return in a couple of minutes, rejecting the kind offers of those that wish to accompany me. And while I walk away, I wonder if they believed any of those excuses. Because I sure didn't. Alright, let's end the episode at this moment, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye bye.